Trolley, when they try top shape.
Coming in. What's up, everyone? How's everybody doing today? It's cold out here. It's like a dusting of snow, but it's like got everybody paralyzed and school's out and people got snow days. I think I'm hating a little bit. Can you hear it? Can you hear it in my voice that I'm hating? Because I still get to do what I love, and that's be here with you guys. So that is a good thing. But, I just had to be cautious. Like, I was just running across the street, and I had to think about it. Like, you're on the main street, Georgia Avenue. Do you really want to be running across it and slip and fall? So I had to, do some short steps real quick so that you guys can still see me today, and I'm not, laid out on Georgia Avenue and a car didn't see me or something, right? So... whichever. Anyway, you guys, today, there's no guest, right? Because I needed to go to school. I need to go to school with y'all. I need to take y'all to school. I need to teach y'all some things today so that you guys have some direction when going into the gym environment, okay? Or even when starting a workout and with your diets and overall, all right? So I'm going to take y'all to school just for a little while, okay? First thing I want you guys to do, all right? When you think of a workout, let's not think of it so much as a workout. We are thinking about it as how are we going to condition our bodies, all right? We want to think of how we're improving our health, how we're going to how we're going to live longer, how we're going to make our lives better, all right? So that's the first thing I want you guys to do, all right? Because honestly, today's show is going to be completely about the beginner's workout, back to the basics, all right? But I also want to inform you guys of some new changes. Not so much changes, just more of a formatting. We're going to actually start going through some weekly tips, okay? So I know every week we leave with something. I try to give you guys something to leave out with. But now we're going to really start getting down into it where I want you guys to implement them into your lives and let me know how you're doing or how it's affecting you, how it's improving your health or fitness level and things of that nature, okay? So we're going to really get into some things here today with nutrition, some do's and don'ts, a little bit of music because music is also a part of the workout. It's an awesome thing. And we'll talk a little bit, too, about the mental aspect or the mindset, right? Because that is something that we got to consistently work on. When you're changing your mind, it's just like changing or just like you're in the gym and you're working out. You have to continue that new behavior until it strengthens in you and becomes a new habit or something new and healthy for you, okay? So we're going to go through some of those tips every week, okay? Every week we're going to have something to say about one of those areas. We'll also throw in some exercise demos, all right? I don't have any today, okay? The weather helped with that one, all right? It's cold, which changed a lot of things for a lot of people, all right? So anyway, we're not going to worry about that. We got enough for you today, all right? Again, so the gym is, packed right now, so because we're on January 4th, so everybody's there, right? So you see so many things going on in the gym, and it's just, I wonder if the doctor's office and ERs are have a high head count during this time of year because of it, or if it has anything to do with it. Because my goodness, some of you guys are gonna hurt yourselves. Okay, so between that and the next clip I'm gonna show you guys, this all inspired today's show. All right, Jacob, we got that clip. All right. So if you missed it, you missed it. Simple as that. Or you can go on into listenvisionlive.com and air the show that way. You can see all the clips and all the information that I'm about to post up here as well. Okay. So, all right, for our nutrition tip for this week, we're going to talk about fat. All right. JP got that PowerPoint there? All right. So, all of us seem to think that foods with fat in them are bad, and it tears our body up, and it's what makes us fat and overweight, and we should eat foods that don't have any fat because that's the problem, right? So, not so much, all right? This is one of the big things I want you guys to understand, okay? Fat is not a bad thing. All right, so let's try to define fat first. All right, so fat, and I think that's on the PowerPoint. So fat, as I said, let's talk about what is it. Right, so fat is in our bodies. We need it. Okay, it helps us to cover nerves or motor nerves. It protects us. It helps move the blood throughout our systems. It's a key source of energy, especially at low intensity levels. So most of the time, we're burning fat more than we're burning anything else, especially if we live a sedentary life or we are just moving along throughout the day, right? So all of that stuff is helped, or primary source of that energy is fat. So then you say, well, why do we think it's so bad? Well, here's the thing with fat, too. Fat also holds 9 caloric units of energy, right? So 9 versus for protein and carbs, it's only 4. So that should tell you, my math people there, so if you can eat half of the amount of food that you eat, or rather, eating protein and carb, it's only at 4. So if you eat fat, you can eat less of it or half of the amount, and it still be more than double the calories, right? So most people consume a high amount of fat. So then at a high amount of fat, more than the meat you ate or more than the processed food and things that store as carb, you've increased it double and then some. Okay, so I'll keep it simple for you guys for that. Like, I don't want to go in too much detail about the caloric unit because that's not what we're focused on here today. We're focused on here today is with the fat intake is more so the kinds of fat. Okay, so like I said, the fat helps a lot of things happen in our body. It protects us from a lot of things. It helps our blood move throughout our body. It also is used, and one of the main focuses too on it is it's used to help build cell membrane. Okay, so if we have a problem with cell membrane building, what happens to the cell? The cell dies. So what are dead cells eventually? You are one big dead cell. So we need these things. Well, we need fat itself in our bodies every day. And every meal, you should have recommended at least 20% of fat, right? So that means throughout everything, fat should be in there. All right, so let's go to what the bad things are with fat, okay? So here's what's bad about fat. And, like everything, man wants to make their own version of what's natural, right? Because we want it to be better, faster, stronger, or something, right? That's just how we've been conditioned, right? So trans fat is the bad fat, okay? That's the one that is killing us. Literally. Trans fat is a human-made, man-made fat. What happened was, and it kind of started with food manufacturers. They were looking for a substitute for butter and lard and things of that nature, so that because they started saying that was saturated with fat and that it wasn't good for us. So they scientists, mad scientists, they went in the lab and they started to superheat the fat and then added hydrogen to it. So then it changed it and called it trans fat, right? So what is in trans fat? Or, well, that is what trans fat is. So when you have trans fat and you add it to foods, what it does is it gives foods a lot of life or shelf life, right? So it's also a preservative. If you heard of hydrogenated oils, it's the same thing. Hydrogenated oil, hydrogen added to it, superheated, same thing, man-made stuff, right? So trans fat, again, trans fat is the bad fat. It's the man-made stuff, the things that it's in. Let's bring that up again. Jacob here. All of the things that I said before is superheats, is man-made. It comes along, long list of things that is negative to our body, and that's harming us. It raises the cholesterol. It weakens the cell membrane. So, so now hear this. It weakens the cell membrane. Like I said, fat, healthy fat, helps to build the cell membrane, right? So if that is supposed to build, if one is good, it's building the cell membrane. You see how the other one is bad because it's weakening the cell membrane, okay? So again, it's literally attacking us, all right? So here's the bad thing, okay? Here's the bad thing, because here's what's in trans fat, or rather, here's all the foods that trans fat are in. Let's bring that up. So bad fat, like I said, the trans fat, that's in your preheated hot chocolates, which is like the worst is nothing but it, basically. Your brownies, your cookies, your cakes, your taco mix, all your candy bars, your potato chips, all of your butters and margarines, your non-dairy creamer. That hit me hard because, I was on that for a minute. But the whipped cream, your animal crackers, your donuts, all of those foods possess trans fats, okay? So those are the foods that, of course, we want to stay clear from. If you like the baked goods that stay soft and on your shelf, or those are loaded with trans fats. If it's a food that has to stay soft, stay soft, then you're just loaded with trans fats, okay? So on the other side, the good fats, right? Those are in all of our nuts, all of our almonds, walnuts, pecans, pistachios, things like that. All your nut butters, your almond butter, so forth, peanut butters. Your whole eggs have them as well, have some good fats if you eat meat or animal product. Your seeds, your avocado, coconuts, a lot of vegetables have them as well. Your beans, some of if you eat meat, like I said, you want to go with a farm raised instead of free range. Okay, you don't want in-house like a plant foundation or a plantation type of food. You don't want that. Okay, so let's cut that out. But those are the foods that you want to focus on more, and those things produce those healthy fats that we need. These things are what our body can thrive off of. Once we eat a bunch of the trans fat, what happens is it stores as fat too. 9 times out of 10, we don't have enough time to burn off all of that trans fat. It's just not going to happen, and it's breaking down our cells. So if we're building our cells, like it should tell you all of that information. If you can just dissect that alone, you would see you get what I'm talking about for it. So as far as the fat, that's where it is, all right? So nutrition tip, fat is not what you think. It's not so bad for you after all. We actually need it to keep going, to keep moving, to keep all of the many components of our body well-oiled, okay? So that's how we're going to look at fat. Positive way, we're just going to make the right decisions involving fats, okay? All right, so moving right along, we're going to talk about, here's the thing, too, that I do in, with life, everyday life, something's always happening, whether it be good or bad, whether it's meant for you to grow, all of that good stuff. We need it, right? So my gym time has become my therapy session, right? Some people go get their nails done for therapy. Some people go and get a haircut. Some people, anything for yourself is good. You want to make sure you're doing that. But you need to also make sure that your workout is about you also. All right. So when I pull up to the gym, I sit in the car for a second. I kind of get my mind together. I block out everything that's going on in the world, everything that's going on at home, all of it. And I take a breath. And I say, okay, this time is my time. This time belongs to me and nothing else matters. Whatever happens, if I don't make it in this workout, it's because I didn't make it. I didn't push myself. But not only that, this is my time to really dig deep and push through anything, right? So that's how I set my mind up before I'm going into the gym. That's how I prepare. And then my next step is simply selecting my music for the day, right? So I know sometimes, my cousin says her therapy is shopping. See, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm glad I'm glad I don't have to deal with that as a way of therapy. But anyway, so like I said, I sit there, I select my music for the day. Sometimes I'm walking in, I just want to be cool, and maybe it's my warm-up music, right? But then sometimes I'm like, I need to go in the gym hyped up, right? So then that's what I do. So speaking of the music, one song that is right now kind of in my little playlist of workout music is a song by King Hustle. He is out of Louisville, Kentucky. Awesome dude. He has a lot of music on there you guys should check out. He'll be coming up here soon, but this here is right now my workout kind of theme song. Tip Top Shape, excuse me. Y'all check this out real quick and I'll be right back.
Dance floor live. Girl, you grown, do it how you do. Show them bougie girls the reason why you got an attitude. Super cool, freaking with your crew. Show your twerk condition. Booty like a jungle. Take a nigga on an expedition. Do it non-stop. When the lows in the beat drop. Class like a cover girl, but she rolling like a thigh. Fly. Make it shake like an earthquake. Pop. Sounding off like an AK. Tip top shape when she drop it's like a porn. Tip top shape when she squatting make that ass low. Tip top shape it's like she put the thing in slow. Tip top shape make a boss let them dance flow. Tip top shape, tip top shape, tip top shape, girl put it on the DJ. Tip top shape, tip top shape, tip top shape. Now turn it up like it's your birthday. Hips rock, booty high.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We'll have him here performing this song live soon, with no doubt. But go ahead and check him out. Again, that's King Hustle and the whole Hustle Tactic family. You can find all of that on YouTube as well. All right, so check that out. We'll have the links next time for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna get just right back into it. That's how I prepare. That's my music right there for the week. And so some of the do's and don't for the week also. I see a lot of you. I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues at the gym, and she was frustrated. She's not a trainer, but she was frustrated that she keeps gaining weight or that she's not losing weight. She is active, and she plays sports, but her activity level, she drinks a lot of Gatorade, stuff like that. So one of the key problems that I see, especially with people that aren't at a super high performance in their athleticism, they're not, on a sports team performing at like an elite rate, is that we tend to drink a lot of sports drinks. We love to have our Gatorade and our Powerade, and that 0-calorie Powerade is the worst, right? But we love our sports drinks, right? We think we're doing something when we're working out, and we got our sports drink afterwards. It's recovery. Yeah, I'm doing it, right? But no, it's not like that. a lot of sports drinks are filled with a lot of sugars. Yes, they have electrolytes in them, but they're also filled with a lot of bad stuff that actually keep weight on you. Okay, so athletes like NFL, NBA, those kind of players, college sports teams, they need that. They're performing at that level. They don't want their weights to change too much or fluctuate, during the season, things of that nature. Those are the ones who need that. Those are the ones who Florida State went into the lab to create this sport drink, most of the sport drinks. Yes, I'm talking about Gatorade. A little history lesson for some of you. But that's who needs those, not us on a regular basis. If you are drinking Powerade and Gatorade and all those others and not enough water, you're defeating the purpose. If you're getting at least half your body weight in ounces in water, and you're doing that consistently, and it's high alkalinity, meaning you're drinking like Crystal Glacier or something like that, then you're fine. If you can do that, you shouldn't have a problem with hydration. And also, if you're replenishing your water as well, like if you're losing a lot of water from sweat and activity, yes, replace it, like immediately, not waiting until you're thirsty, but doing it immediately. Those things are going to help with your hydration. Green tea is a great hydrant. Also, dandelion root tea, that helps as well. Those things you want to hydrate with. If you think about it is like this, those drinks have about 200 to 300 calories in them. If you're trying to lose weight, drinking these energy drinks or sports drinks is adding on to you. It's keeping the weight on because you're drinking maybe 2 or 3 a day sometimes. You're not aware of how many ounces if it's at a game or something, but those bottles are pretty big too. And some of them will say like 250 calories, but then it's like per serving, and then in each bottle is like 2 or 3 servings. So you have to keep those things in mind. So that might be like 700 calories in one bottle of Gatorade. Like if you have one of those every day, that's a good pound or 2 right there that you're just keeping on. So you want to leave those things alone, okay? Don't drink the water instead. If you're having a problem with hydration after that, then you may need to look at what you're eating also, okay? But if you're keeping your water intake high, lose those calories. Those are empty calories in those sports drinks because they're not going anywhere. And they're not they're not nutritionally dense enough to add anything positive to what you're trying to do to your body. Okay, so leave those alone. I guarantee, and replace it with your water and keep that intake up, and I guarantee you'll see more results than not. Okay, so there's the do and the don't. Drink more water. Don't drink the Powerade and sports drinks, okay? All right, so next thing we're going to do, move right into our lesson of the day. And as yes, no vitamin waters either. The vitamin waters, you don't need those. And I'm probably killing some brands here, but we just want to stay consistent with no sports drinks, okay? If you are just the average person trying to lose a few pounds and trying to get into better shape, you don't need them, okay? And yes, that is correct, okay? So as the owner here says at home, or says in his calls, right? If you're following along at home, go get your pen and paper. I'm going to break some things down to you for the beginning style workout, okay? This is a workout for the beginner. This is for the people at home who go to the gym and wander aimlessly around and look at a piece of equipment and say, hey, I'm going to try this, or hey, where's that ab thing because that's all I want to work on, and all that good stuff, all right? We're going to talk to you guys about that. Right, we're going to talk to you guys. We're going to break down what we need to do, how to structure something to get you started, get you motivated, and to give you a blueprint in the gym, okay? All right, so I think it's that last slide there, something there. All right, here's what we're going to do, all right? So general warm-up. Follow along here. Point number 1. first you want to go in, you want to warm up. You want to get your muscles loose a little bit with some kind of cardio function, all right? And this is for 5 to 15 minutes. Some people need more time than others to warm up, okay? Like I just need 5 minutes and I'm good. I'm ready to go. But some may need it a little more. Some of our older people over 55, you may definitely need 15 to 20, and that's okay. It's just whatever feels good to you. Right after that, you want to stretch. You want to stretch your main body parts. You want to stretch your arms out. You want to, open your chest up. You want to stretch your legs out. I'm not going to give you all the stretches. Y'all not paying me right now for that, okay? But you have an idea. Some gyms have a machine that stretches you and has pictures on it that shows you where to stretch and what to stretch, all right? So you can use those as well. Or ask someone in the gym that works there. They can help you also, okay? All right, the next thing you want to do is you want to perform 8 to 12 exercises per session. So we're going to go in the gym, and some of you are thinking 8 to 12, that sounds like a lot, but it's really not a lot. Look at your body. If you look at your arms, you got at least biceps and triceps, right? Or at least the top part of your arm and the bottom part of your arm, if you're not for sure what those are. That's 2 exercises right there. You have your abs, you have your chest, you have your back. That's 3 more. We're up to 5 already, right? So you have your side. You have a few parts in your back, though. You have your upper back, you have your lower back. So you can make sure you're getting both of those. And you have your legs. You have the hamstrings, you have the quads. So the back of your legs, the front of your legs. That's 2 more. And your calves. Boom, right? So you want to try to find, make sure that each exercise that you do is one of those, all right? So take your full body, look down your body, become one with it, all right? And map out, make sure you're hitting everything that you can, okay? So in 8 exercises, 8 to 12, and if you want to break down your back further or your arms further, where you want to hit your chest and your shoulders, then your arms, then your biceps, you can do that. 8 to 12, that is what you want to do, and you want to make sure you kind of spread that out throughout your body, right? Making sure you hit all your muscle groups. You need this because you move in one. Your whole body has to function in one perfect harmony. So you need to work out everything. Not just, I need to get the flab off my arms. Not just, my stomach is it and I'll be good. No, we need to work on everything, okay? So what after that? So you say, okay, well, we work them out, so what do I do? Again, your next thing here. You want to do repetitions. Repetitions means the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a rep. Each one of those was a rep. So you want to do 10 to 15 repetitions of that exercise. So again, if you say I'm going to do a bicep curl with the dumbbell, that is working your bicep muscle. So that's the muscle group in your arm, right? The exercise is the dumbbell. So you want to do it how many times? 10 to 15. 1, 2, 3, right? So those are the repetitions. Then you want to take a rest break, okay? Your rest can be anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds, okay? You don't want to make the rest break too long because you still want to impact the muscle and build the muscle, okay? So you want to apply a nice strain on that muscle. Well, not strain, but you want to stimulate the muscle in a nice way. So you take 30 to 60 second break, and then you go into another set, okay? So again, then a set is another 10 to 15 count, okay? So then you have 10 to 15 repetitions, okay? And you want to do anywhere from 1 to 3 sets, okay? So each set is 10 to 15 repetitions, all right? You guys got that at home? No, is it good to focus on one area per workout? Is the question. To focus on one area per workout. If you are if you've warmed up or if you've grown in your workout, meaning if you've progressed, this is not just a beginner style workout, you can do that. But people who do that, they still have a plan to hit every muscle throughout the week. They're just hitting it in a much heavier way and they're breaking it down way more intricately. So, example, people who have back day at the gym. So that's their main focus on their muscle is their back. Well, they're going to break down every muscle in their back, the erector spinae, your lats, your rear delts, your rhomboids, your traps. All of that is going to be broken down into a workout. So they're just going really, really in depth, and it's a great way to build muscle, a great way to build strength as well. But for the beginners, we want to focus on a total body workout 2 to 3 times a week. Okay, so 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure you're in the gym or whatever you have at home that you're doing some kind of total body workout for the week. Okay, so that's 2 to 3 days. I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you guys. I hope I'm not confusing you, right? So we're working out a total of 2 to 3 days per week. All right, we're working 8 to 12 exercises. Okay, and we're hitting each muscle group in that exercise. All right, and then we're doing 10 to 15 repetitions. Okay, and we're doing 1 to 3 sets. All right. So once all that is done, and that's at a 30 to 60 second rest period between each set. So after every 10 to 15, 30 to 60 second rest. Okay, that's the whole logic behind it. If you guys have written this down, you're great. Okay, you also want to make sure that you're not going with such a heavy weight at first. You really want to focus on making sure that your form and technique is proper, is correct. Okay, so if this is not correct when you start, or as you try to move on, it will eventually stop you from progressing or stop you from gaining that true strength. Okay, so you want to just not go so much for a heavy burn at first. You want to make sure, yes, you feel it, to feel the workout, but you also want to make sure that your form and technique is proper before adding on heavier weight. Okay, now when you guys get really good and you're able to do that 2 to 3 days a week, I want you guys to start adding in about 30 minutes of cardio a day on top of that. If you do that 5 days a week, that's it. And sometimes if you feel like it, you can do that right after your muscle train or strength building workout. Okay, so that strength building workout is the one I just explained to you guys. All right, so if you can take that beginner style workout and then add your cardio on after that, you are like really on your way. Okay, the order of operation with workout is very, very important, and it's going to be the cause between you reaching your goal now or later, or a lot later. You know what I mean? So if you can focus on completing that workout that I just went through and then adding on that cardio afterwards, you really will see a difference in your performance, in your daily life, and all of that. Okay, so beginning style workout, we just went through it. I'm not going to say it again. No. I'm not, though. I just gave it to you, so you should have it, right? So, okay, come on. Or just watch the show again later and just go back to it on YouTube and see it later. It'll be there too, right? So, all right, again, we have the beginner style workout. That's going to help you guys get started. I hope it helps you with achieving some of your New Year's goals. I hope they no longer become New Year's goals, that they're just like life goals, and that you're able to just continue on throughout the new year and don't fall off in February, okay? That's the main goal. We're not falling off in February. We're going to keep it going throughout the year so that it is a lifestyle change. That's the only way to really improve the quality of life along with your health as well. All right? So that's what we got for today, guys. All right? So we got the beginner style workout. We got the sports drinks. we're going to chill out with. We're going to intake more water. All right. We got the good music going on. Tip Top Shape. You guys can check that out on YouTube as well. All that good stuff. And fat. Fat is not the bad thing. It's what we need, okay? It's what we need. It's healthy. It will help us burn. It will help us, our blood flow better through our bodies and all that good stuff, all right? So look at it differently. Apply it differently to your life and watch the changes happening, all right? All right, so do all that. We're going to get in that tip-top shape, okay? Tip-top shape. Check it out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next week.
Tip-top shape. Tip-top shape. Tip-top shape.